What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and yeah, here we go again. Another story about celebrities in the news not doing the right thing, and all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't want to turn this into celebrity gossip, and it won't become celebrity gossip, but I did want to cover it for this main reason. Number one, did already cover the Will Smith situation, right? We talked about Will Smith not doing what he was supposed to do, getting into trouble, slapping Chris Rock up on stage, and then subsequently he starts losing roles. So we discussed that, or at least he has his projects placed on pause. And then we also covered Ezra Miller, right? Same exact situation. His projects are pushed on pause because he broke into somebody's house and threatened to bury him or kill him or whatever he threatened to do. So I felt that it was only fair to cover Amber Heard's situation because there's a little trial coming up soon, and I thought we would actually kind of keep an eye on that to see if the Hollywood mood is starting to change, and starting to migrate to actually taking care of some of these, stars that don't know how to act and kind of getting ahead of the situation instead of waiting for all of the aftermath to come. So let's go ahead and cut through this article real quick. It won't take long. So it says here, Twitter, of course, wants Amber Heard, Ezra Miller treated the same way as Will Smith. Now, it says here, of course, with the outcry over Will Smith's recent misbehavior, fans are starting to wonder why Amber Heard and even Ezra Miller seem to get a pass. Now, we do know, and I'm not sure when the fans were actually looking at the information, but we do know that Warner Brothers had that emergency meeting, and they said, hey, you know what? Ezra Miller has a couple of things out now. We're going to kind of wait and see what happens. We're going to kind of rally the troops and have a big discussion and see what we're going to do with Ezra Miller, because the fans are crying for Grant Gustin. Like, we want Grant. Everybody's kind of getting on that bandwagon. And I'm starting to think that might actually happen. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and read through this article and see what's going to happen with this Amber Heard situation. So it says, fans of Johnny Depp are still startled to see that Amber Heard seems to have emerged from the wreckage that was her marriage to Depp unscathed, as her career seems to have survived the shocking allegations made against her. I'm not surprised at all, because that's just how Hollywood gets down when it comes to, the male-female dynamic. That's just the way it is. Johnny Depp has not been so lucky, of course, and has sued his ex-wife after a judge ruled that Depp assaulted her on a dozen occasions and put her in fear of her life 3 times. All right. And the reality is, that took place in England, and they said that 12 out of the 14 situations rose to the level of abuse. But, you go overseas and, what's abuse here is an abuse in another situation. It's kind of difficult to tell exactly what happened, what they considered abuse. But nevertheless, that's where it was. And like, okay, we'll just accept it. And then here's a little Instagram of Johnny Depp. He's writing, I guess, never fear the truth, or never fear truth on this paper. And yeah, he's out for truth. He's trying to find some truth in his life, trying to get some of that money that he apparently lost, because he lost, obviously the Pirates of the Caribbean role. He'll never be Jack Sparrow again. And that was a big role. Obviously, it's probably the biggest role of his career ever. And then he also got replaced as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts series. So you got both of those things happening to Johnny. He wants his money. So yeah, he's going to court. And then the fans, they're raging that Amber Heard has gone unpunished. And even it was crazy because during the trial in the UK, right, it says here's the actor's legal team played a tape in which Amber Heard tells her ex-husband she hit him and that she can't promise I won't get physical again. They played that trial to the court, and no problem. No problem. So it seems to me that, yeah, Johnny might have a really good case. Never know what's going to happen though, but we'll see. So it goes on to say, and this is an interesting article here as well, talking about the real reason DC chose to stand by Amber Heard. I suggest everybody give that one a read if you haven't already done so, because yeah, they came out and straight up said, well, she's Mira. We don't listen to everything that goes on in Twitter, and we do know about it, but we don't adhere to it always, and yeah, she's Mira, she's our Mira, that's who we want in the role, and that's that. We got a movie to make, and we're going to always do what's best for the movie. Thought that was an interesting comment by the WB. Go ahead and read that article, the real reason DC chose to stand by Amber Heard. But in any case, Fans were already livid that Amber Heard was still earning while Johnny Depp lost his roles. It talks about that. And then as Will Smith's career is starting to crumble after the Oscar slap heard around the world, and then Ezra Miller's career is hanging in the balance after his harassment charges, fans are wondering why Amber Heard isn't getting the same treatment. And that's a fair question, right? Why? She's done bad things too. And you know, you got Johnny Depp going down, Will Smith and Ezra, everybody's kind of pushing pause. Will's now in rehab trying to get his life together, and Amber Heard is just out here making movies scot-free. You know, doesn't seem fair. After it was revealed that Warner Brothers and DC executives held an emergency meeting, then it goes on, and now the fans are coming after it, right? Yeah, because this guy here, you know, he talks about, okay, yeah, they're just having that emergency meeting that we already covered to discuss his future. Cool. Now do something about Amber Heard. Yeah, Twitter. They gonna come after you. If you're not being A-okay 100%, they coming to knock your block off. All right? And then another DC fan says, if you want to replace anyone in the DC movie, then it should be Amber Heard. And have Emilia Clarke as Mira. I wouldn't mind Emilia Clarke as Mira, to be very honest with you. I think Emilia Clarke's a good actress. Loved her in Game of Thrones. Even liked her in Solo as Kira. I actually liked her, even though a lot of people didn't like the movie, but I enjoyed her acting. I actually wanted to see that particular character get more burned. But in any case, then it's talking about here how Netflix has backed away from developing Fast and Loose, starring Will Smith. And then there's other projects. Of course, we talked about Bad Boys. I think there's an Amazon movie that's also pushed on pause. So they, you know, his stuff is getting, you know, pushed on pause and canceled. Where's Amber Heard? Now, to their credit, I looked at her upcoming roles. It doesn't seem like she has anything, you know, slotted except for Aquaman. That's the only thing that she has coming up soon. And nothing really in the past couple of years. I don't know if Amber Heard, frankly, is going to be doing that much acting after this is all said and done. Or if she does, it's probably going to be in very small roles like she did when she first began. You know, she's still going to be able to get work. You know, I think all of these actors, I think Will Smith will get work. I think Ezra Miller will still get work and all of that. I think these actors are still going to get work. So I don't think people should get too worked up. But yeah, then this guy comes in and says, where was this energy for Amber Heard, Ezra Miller, Armie Hammer, talking about Will Smith, you know, after the Will Smith situation. The systemic racism in the USA rears its ugly head once again. Now, there's a little bit more nuance to the Will Smith situation. I mean, he did like physically assault and slap a man on national television in front of millions and millions of people. And I mean, you can say, well, that doesn't prove that there isn't some racism in how they're treating him. Okay, but like if there was real racism, like, you know, the guy actually wasn't asked to leave, or if he was asked to leave, he didn't have to leave. He sat his butt right back down in the seat, continued to watch the show, and then they ended up following up and giving the man an award after that. And then he went and partied with the other Oscar, you know, nominated folks and all the directors and everybody else at the after party. So it's like, yeah, I don't know about systemic racism in this case. I think folks need to learn how to use that. If you want to play the race card, you got to pick and choose where you're playing it. It definitely don't belong in this situation. Yeah, that's more of a privilege that he got. If he got to hang around after assaulting somebody at an award ceremony and he's still sitting there, yeah, that's not systemic racism at all. I don't think at all. And again, you know, Ezra Miller, you know, he got burned, you know. Now, it did take him a couple of years, but Ezra Miller eventually, you know, his actions caught up with him, you know. And this person says the same thing. Why is Will Smith getting most of his career in the trash? Y'all know why, I know why, and this is completely unfair. Well, again, I think there is some nuance to it, but yes, Amber Heard, absolutely, 100%. She should have already been dealt with, you know, years ago. And same with Ezra Miller, you know, they jumped on Will right away. And, you know, maybe it's because of that situation happening on national television in front of everybody. And it is a legit physical assault. You can see it. There's no questions. There's no videotapes or, you know, audio tapes talking about it. That's an actual assault. So I think we're going to get something with this Amber Heard situation. As I was stating earlier, Court TV will be covering the trial. So this is going to be really interesting. Now, I'm a law tube guy, and I think Nick Rekieta at Rekieta's Law is going to be covering this trial. So I'm definitely going to be checking it out. But I think this is going to be interesting because we're going to really get to hear from a lot of folks that were dealing with this situation. I do believe James Franco is going to be one of the witnesses. Elon Musk apparently has been called to be a witness. I don't know if he's going to show up or not, but he's on the witness list. And we're going to hear from the two actors themselves and hear from their own mouths. Probably going to get videos, probably going to get audio, probably going to see a lot of evidence pouring out here, and we'll really see what the real scoop is. It's going to be live streamed. So if you are interested in justice for Johnny, or if you think that Amber is right all along, I suggest tuning in to this, because if she was really defaming this man's career, you know, they're going to have to really explain that. You know, they're going to really have to go after it with all the evidence and really lay it out so that this man can possibly get some of his money back. I don't know how that's going to all work out. I don't know what will happen at the end of the day, but best believe that the outcry from this is going to affect Aquaman and other projects that Amber Heard is involved with, you know. And if it comes out negative, I think Warner Brothers is going to have some explaining to do, because they had an opportunity to kind of do some course correction early on, or at least get ahead of this thing, and they did nothing. They just kind of sat on their hands and, you know, hoped everything will go away. They're not doing that with Ezra Miller, because as we can see, after that Will Smith, I think the Will Smith thing is just kind of like a domino effect. You know, people saw that and they're like, hey, whoa, it looks like actors are just able to do whatever they want to do and then sit down and enjoy the party. So I think you see a lot of people coming after these actors now, and now Warner Brothers is going to have to deal with it, because if this thing is coming out and all kind of ugly information is coming out about the relationship, more details about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp and what went on, and if it's negative to Amber, I guarantee you fans are going to get more and more and more outraged, to the point that Warner Brothers is going to have to say something. They're going to have to make a statement. They're going to have to do something. They're not just going to be able to sit down and be quiet about this. But that'll do it for me, folks. What do you think about this situation? What do you think what's going to happen out of the outcome of this trial? This trial actually starts today, right? Yeah, it says here, the trial is scheduled to begin Monday. That's today, the 11th. This article came out last week. So yeah, we're going to see what happens. I have a feeling that it's gonna get really, really spicy out there at Warner Brothers. But that'll do it for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. See you next time.